Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Topic of this discussion is freedom and commitment. Which path leads to better relationship, status and sense of satisfaction? By the way, I just think that I look more handsome wearing these pair of sunglasses. Let me know if you like me to wear it or not, and I just think I look cooler like with this one. So yeah, in today's world, one of the biggest personal dilemma between the people is that should we pursue freedom in a relationship or commit to one person for long term? Some argue that open and commitment-free relationship bring more excitement, experience, and self-growth, and others insist that long-term commitment and marriage offer the emotional security, social support, and true happiness. And nowadays, a lot of people you see on social media, a lot of your relatives, friends, might get married and get divorced, might have some personal kind of problems. And this actually shows the significance and importance of this topic. And some argue that open and commitment free relationships bring more than the normal old fashioned traditional, as they refer to, kind of marriage cycle. That's why a lot of people you see maybe in their 40s, in their 50s, they're still single. They don't really want to get married, but perhaps they couldn't like find the right person, because these topics are not something that we would be actually educated in. These are very important topics, yet most people just have no clue about. So in this channel, we're going to talk about most of the topics that are, let's say, not covered by majority of people, so we can educate ourselves. Which path is better? Could we actually have it? Or could the real answer be somewhere in the balance between the two kind of answers? Which I suppose. So, control, commitment, and cultural influence. Modern gender roles and relationship expectations have shifted dramatically. Some believe that women have the primary control in sexual dynamics, since they often decide when and with whom intimacy occurs. They kind of choose it and decide on the partners. But others argue that men and broader social culture shape these patterns more deeply. Short term relationships, they say, are not just individual choices. They're social phenomena driven by technology, culture, and changing values, which these days the values have changed dramatically. So, who really controls modern relationships? Are women the gatekeepers of intimacy or the men? I suppose it's a complicated topic. Society at large, or build the very framework that guides this behavior. So, mainly women, but kind of depends on a case by case basis. Let's explore this theory, alright? Some say women are the final decision makers because they control access to intimacy and sexual behavior, but that's only part of the story. Social pressure shapes women's choices, and society often judges women more harshly for sexual freedom while praising men for similar behavior. So it's a double standard kind of thing. And men also influence this culture by constantly seeking new short term connection, normalizing this lifestyle. Media and technology. So, especially dating apps these days are really highlighted, that have made short term interactions easier than ever, setting new relationship norms worldwide, all four corners of the globe. In reality, no one group is fully in control. Culture, technology, and collective expectations all play their significant individual role. The consequences of short term relationship. You may think, what are the consequences? Well, there are some advantages, of course. More freedom to choose emotional or sexual partners without traditional restrictions. A chance to explore different connections and understand personal, emotional, and sexual needs. less pressure to marry young or confirm the elderly kind of family expectation. So you can have the freedom at the same time to explore more and decide what feels right with you as you're just maturing and experiencing. But there are some challenges also. As age increases, many men's interest in long-term relationship declines, leaving women frustrated or confused. Emotionally, instability often occurs when one person seeks seriousness while the other wants something temporary. For example, a woman who hits like 30 might want someone more serious as a partner in their life. They might force the other guy to get married or take it to the next level. But the other guy might be like, okay, I don't feel very safe or comfortable to make this thing happen. Social stigma persists. Women still face more criticism than men for casual relationship indeed. And for men there are also some advantages, more freedom to explore without commitment, greater focus on personal and professional growth during early adulthood, more control later in the life as men often choose younger partners. I mean, there's a very famous, let's say, quote, and you can search it online. Leonardo DiCaprio actually was having girlfriends that exactly were like in the 25 age range, and he got older, but the partners stayed the same. So if you're a millionaire, if you're an actor, you have that option to choose the age, which is just happening. Like if he's not married and he has a certain kind of expectation in his mind, and he's just doing that. So it's just like the world is not fair, and unfortunately, this is happening. But more control later in life, as men often choose younger partners. So, and the challenges also for men is that they have an increased ratio of loneliness in later years when they find a stable partner that might be a challenge of a kind. Weaker emotional and communicational kind of skills due to the repeated short-term flings and experiences. Difficulty building trust in long-term relationships. Commitment feels foreign after years of temporary ones. Marriage and long-term commitment, the other side to it. While modern culture promotes independence, many still believe that marriage and long term relationships offer a deeper reward because of our system, our society, and the families. From a psychological point of view and aspect, stable relationships often provide greater mental health and reduce depression thanks to the consistent emotional support. More stable family environments that benefit children and in turn society, a stronger trust and intimacy, increasing the chance of happiness as well. But it's not without challenges as well. So early marriages can fail. Some people feel trapped after years in a static relationship. Not everyone is built for marriage, and that's perfectly okay, which we see these days happen very often actually. So, what's the right answer then? There's no one size fits all formulas are different. So, the healthiest approach may be to find balance between personal freedom and emotional commitment, which is like based on the personal kind of experience that one had. You know, someone has a certain kind of expectation, hence they have to have a like a discussion, and then they can sort it out. It's like a very personal aspect of the life. But the scary part is that it's between two people, so they need to have a mutual respect and outlook on this kind of things. So everyone should have the freedom to design the relationship style that best fits their values, goals, and emotional kind of needs as well. So what do you guys think? Should society move toward full freedom in relationship or preserve the traditional values or long-term commitment and marriage? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's start a real conversation. And feel free to subscribe for more deep discussions about psychology, culture, and human behavior. Turn on the notifications so you never miss out a new episode. And see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a nice one.